Let's look on a line style tab. This tab and properties inside, it is defined in the way external lines are drawing. So as example, right here we have a tracing configuration group, and we look on precision. The precision is used a slider to set the line precision to range from the abstract to normal. So normal example, you can see right here we have straight line. You know what, let me switch this to our round marker, and I'm going to disable some of those properties that we said before. Okay, right here. So I was looking continue on the tracing configuration or path the following. You notice right here path going from abstract, drawing and relaxed, or normal. Normal is go directly by the lines. As we move more towards abstract, you'll notice the more they start changing and have it more flexible, kind of going around. So it's right here, and if we're going total abstract, this is just going all kind of very abstract lining, not necessarily keep it same shape. How it's work, it's still going on a points and create those curved lines applying, but again, this is a precision how closer you want. If you want some brushes or have it some natural look, sometimes you maybe want to go a little bit more flexible so you don't have the straight lines, almost draw like by the hand. We also have a next option is the vectors moving. By default it's enabled, so for example, let's look right here, you can see how it's working. If we enable vectors moving at the start, kind of smooth those vectors line from 2 points. We also can enable our break line. This is in degree, 180 degrees, it's smooth. And if we're going only 15 degrees break line, okay, you will notice some lines start kind of, okay, let me uncheck. They will start breaking, like right here you can see the lines start breaking, so they're not necessarily going smoothing. Okay, as example again, breaking line, we go to 180 degrees, and you can see with a line will start breaking, kind of making a little bit smoother. Again, this is configuration how the trace will follow. The next will then have it normal threshold, and this is in a way work how again the line breaking. So example, let's go threshold higher. You notice right here some of this effect how they modify those. So for example, threshold necessarily won't work for these angles, but if we're going very low threshold, notice we'll have it some more in lines. So in some cases, if you want to add kind of lines on a breaking, again, the normals and materials, also you can apply threshold low, so it's you have more details applied to the lines. Okay, we can smooth out a little bit this line, relax it. Here we have it kind of with more lines applied to us traced. Okay, and this is a direction applied, so currently we have it any. We can specify to the direction clockwise, counterclockwise. As well, we can go ahead and specify right, left, down, and up. So if you want to have it like a sketch, or inching, whatever inching, you can create a specific directions you want applied. So in this case, it will work a little bit more as somebody taken going with specific way. Some of these options will be more visible if you combine them with the opacity modifier or any other one, stroke type if you're using different. So for example, if we're using a multi-fiber, you notice in some effect will be a little bit better with the, let's increase threshold on this one. Okay, normal, we'll just reduce and we'll go to any direction. You can see right here we have our eyebrow apply. So with the different properties, it will look a little bit better that way. Okay, let me go take all the way down to the dark, pop up to the 10. So right here we can see those lines applied. So now we're going to set left, for example. You can see how they just adjustment a little bit this way, and let's go to drop threshold, so we have more lines apply right around. You can see like in this area it's represents very well how it's going on those multi-lines. So at this point you can see with all this breaking multi and threshold, you can see it's almost like somebody take pen and they have it very sketchy applying to this to work on that. By using these configurations, and we'll use next on a shader, you can apply really looking like a pencil, like somebody took a pencil and draw around. Okay, let's go back, switch to round, so we can just see the lines outline. Okay, here's our tracing. Again, this is how the line will follow the path. And next we have a trimming. And trimming is simply allowed us to set start and end of our line. So if we start, for example, in 25%, you can see right here, the line start at 25. Now we can set end limit, so we cut off the end. In this case, you can see like in these cases, how the start and end. So this is help us to cut some of those areas. This work well if you add a little bit more blur shading on this or a neon glow, so you can have it almost like a shade apply or additional interesting shadows dimensions this, so with combination. Okay, the trimming. Next we have a thickness scaling, and it just help us with multiplier we used. For example, you can see on the path right here, we increase multiplier quite a bit high. You'll notice like on those small lines with less of them, we multiply and increase thickness for those lines. So more normally it's which is threshold like small on the end, that will affect. We also can have a link of threshold specified for this minimum and maximum. So if we increase maximum 180, so you'll notice the maximum link will be modified. We also can decrease, for example, 0.1. Let's put this maybe 21, so we can see the correspond with the limit threshold on those lines. So if the line between this and this thickness, then our multiplier will work. So in some case you set limits where multiplier will work on this case. Okay, so this is our minimum maximum link thickness. Okay, now let's go to overstroke, and you notice how our line was going to the end, but now overstroke is going past those points where it's normally stopped. So on right here, same things, we can have it percentage start, and also for example we can say I want on the end go way higher, so we can increase this overstroke as well, and we can specify the maximum link. So in this case it will cut off if it's reached. So for example, if we set 180 maximum link, then it will be quite a bit longer going over the hour limits. In some cases, if you start work with link and you see it does not increase, be sure check your maximum link is set properly, because if it's set on the low settings, then you kind of try start end and it does not look doing anything, because your maximum link is, some lines is maybe too small, and in this case you can set minimum link to draw overstrokes. Remember, it's 20 units, just meaning overstroke won't apply for these teeny tiny. If you want to work for them, you also can specify 1 pixel example, and you'll notice, let's go right here, 40, how the overstroke will work on them as well. So you can specify what is more smallest detail in this case you want to apply for your overstroke. Okay, next we have a paper texture. It's a similar as a texture we used it before. You can enable preloaded texture. Again, remember, use the low resolution for this, and it will apply on our stroke and lines, will apply paper texture if you want any specific paper for this.